couple tough questions. But Catherine, you did post on your Instagram about something that is kind of rocking Bachelor Nation right now. You said, look, I was a token diversity casting on my season. And I just wondered, what did it feel like for you to write those words? Was that something you'd been thinking for a while and had never just said publicly? And how did that feel for you?
Well, I think it wasn't like a revelation that I had. I think going into it, I knew, well, they have spots to fill, and that's nothing against casting. They do a wonderful job every season after season. They know what they're doing. They cast for the lead and then they cast for the show. And I was lucky to be one of the people that was chosen. I get to represent, the minority group, and I was happy to. I think that might have like a negative connotation to it where they have spots to fill, but I think that they did a really good job in our season to cast for Sean, because he actually has dated and has been attracted to people that are from all different walks of life, all different looks. And I'm glad that I got to represent Filipinos and people of color on a show that usually airs toward a lot of white people. It wasn't hard to write that. I think that it definitely made me think about how I counted myself out as a person of color because of what I thought Sean would like. And I didn't know. I just thought, okay, he's a beautiful, blonde, nice boy from Texas. On paper, we couldn't be more different. So I kind of already was like, he's not gonna pick me, so I'm gonna have fun and I'm gonna have a good experience. But, that wasn't obviously the only reason I was there. There was a lot of other reasons why I was appreciative of being selected to be on the show. And I'm just glad that I got to represent the minorities.
Well, Rachel Lindsay's talked about it a lot. I don't know if you guys saw what she said today, but she said that she needs to acknowledge the systemic racism in the franchise. She says that the show needs to cast leads that are interested in dating outside of their race. She said specifically that the show needs to diversify the producers who are on the show, and also that the show needs to stop giving people of color problematic storylines. So I wondered what you guys thought of that, and that's a lot to take in. I don't know if you'd seen her comments before.
Yeah, I mean, that's heavy. I definitely didn't really think about the diversity in the producers. I think that's fair.
I would say I want to see a black bachelor, right? But I think you would be doing that person an injustice if you just cast him as the lead for the simple fact that you want a black bachelor. So what they need to do is start casting more black men in the Bachelorette, because they do the recycling of Bachelorette to Bachelor, and then pick a good bachelor based on their merits, based on the fan reaction and so forth. And it won't be that difficult if you just continue casting black men. But unfortunately, season after season, there only seems to be one or two, maybe three casting in a group of 25.
But I think it is fair that she needs to, that they should find people that are truly interested in dating out of their race. I mean, again, that's what Sean came in having no, prejudice on what he wanted in a wife besides kindness and having a best friend and all these different factors. And it just, whatever the way that she looks, I'm happy for it. So I think that that's a fair thing to say, is making sure that you vet your leads on if they are truly into other races.
Is that a question that's asked of you, Sean? Were you asked, have you dated other races in the past?
They asked me very specifically, what type of woman are you into? And of course, I started out with, I just want someone that's kind, that's funny. And they said, well, no, physically, what are you into? And I said, I really don't have a
type.
I don't have a type. And I told them, I've dated people of all races, and kind of went down that road with them. And I think that actually got them excited. And that's why there was probably more diversity on my season, because they knew I was open to that. But yeah, hopefully that trend continues and they can continue finding leads who are into multiple races.
But it also starts with the contestants, right? He's not coming from outside and just going in. It's okay, if I were chosen as the Bachelorette, I would have already been a contestant. They should have asked me those questions as well. And they didn't ask me. I was just like, he's my type. And I haven't talked about anybody else, because they want somebody that's genuinely interested in the lead. So it's kind of going to be a cycle like that.